Hello, Jeremy here. And today we're going to do the animation object. We are going to pull it out of the character and make it its own object. That way things can have animation, like maybe this torch. But not be part of the character. So I think that'd be useful functionality to have separate from the character itself, which is right now embedded in the character. So this is one of the things that we've been doing quite a lot, is I've been moving things out and giving them their own place to live because the functionality is useful in and of itself. So animation is one of these things I can just imagine being all over the place. So let's go ahead and make this animation object. Alright, so here's the editor. And let's go find the character. Go back and find the character. There we are. So let's go ahead and say class animation and make it a sprite. I do want to be a sprite, so we can just display it to the screen and control the animation all on its own. So it looks like this is pretty dang close to how you want it. You may not need the rect because the rect, so you want animation sprites. And this all should come from that. Animation sprites. I'm spelling it out because we want to know that they're sprites being given to us, so they can be passed in. The one thing we probably don't need is the rect, because this can be calculated and should be recalculated when we make the image. So yeah, I don't think we need that. Okay, yep, all that is good. And don't forget the init. I always forget this, but not this time. Haha, I broke the streak. Self.image equals something. Self.rect equals, or whatever the current image is. Okay, whatever the image is. So it's going to be self.image.rect. I believe it has that. We'll see. This is going to be initially set to animation sprites of 0 dot image. Okay, got that going. And this should just be the animation's image now. And this animation is going to be an animation object. Ticks per frame will be managed by the animation object. So now we just specify the rect and the image. So that's all good. You probably need to recalculate this, or just make it part of the update. Maybe I can do that. Maybe that's better. Self.image. We'll see how this works. Surface of 0, 0. You want a surface that is empty, or basically a null surface here. Self.image. I can just make it a rect of 0, 0, 0. And don't need that. Okay. So this tick event is going to be what's driving the animation mainly. And we'll put that here. So self update self event delta time. Cool. So when the character gets a tick, it needs to tell the animation to tick. So self.animation .update, and then give it the event and the delta time. So that should replace that. And when the character updates, it does its thing. So yeah, that should be good. Indeed. I think that's okay. So now we just make sure that this works. It's going to be animation sprites here. Sprites. Sprites. Great. Self.rect being updated. And then we use the width and height comes from our self-rect. Okay, we may need to change the width and height based off of the animation's image. Our update, actually maybe just update our rect. So the width and the height is new. Let's see, self.rect. Comma y, comma width, comma height. Okay, and x comma y equals self.rect. What the self.post? Self.rect. Sure. Let's omit width and height. Okay. Height. Don't care about. Then we say self.animation .image .get rect. Yes, get rect with height. Okay. So that should set up the rectangle based on the character's current position and the new position from the animation. The updated frames. So what I'm wondering is if we shouldn't do an update kind of thing. Put in a draw. So if we've updated, it should be this. And this is going to be used as information to let me know if it's been updated here. I need to redraw. However, this doesn't make sense mostly. So this doesn't need to happen here. We can, okay, so this is now no more. So this is self.image.getRect. Okay, great. And then if there's been an update, we can use this. We can do this little bit. So if self.animation has been updated, then we update the rectangle. that will readjust it for its new width and height. And then if there's a mass motion, we're good. Okay, so that takes the animation logic out of this code and puts it strictly into its own class. So now the thing we need to change is how we construct the character. So it takes a rect and an animation now. Okay. Now we need to just make, instead of animate, now we can just say animation equals animation. It takes in the sprites, the animation sprites, and the frames per second. Really? Those two? Should be good. Takes an animation. Let's go check it out. Animation takes an animation sprite and the animation takes per frame. Correct. We are good. Okay. Then we pass in the animation, and that should be it. That should work, but it won't, because I have missed something glaringly obvious. Yes. Let's show you my mistake. Plugin.surface does not have attribute rect. It's get rect, not rect. Yeah, sorry. Surfaces, you have to get rect. Okay. I gotta love it. Alright, that's line 124. 124. Alright, so I gotta get rect like that. Okay. We had something. Character has no attribute animation. Yes, it does. It does too! And to show the error, I've decided just to try to show these more often. The character object has no attribute animation. So when we went self.animation.update, it said it didn't have it. So that's not true. It should have one. So let's figure out why it's giving us a problem. And because we didn't set it. Brilliant. Self.animation equals animation. It's always stupid stuff like that. Okay. Has no attribute updated. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Here's the error. Animation object has no attribute updated. And that's what it's complaining about. So we go here. It's only when we have updated a tick that it could have it in the special condition here. If we have a tick event and we're going to advance the frame, like there's all these conditions to have it updated, or we call draw on it. So we actually need to say self.updated equals false here? Yeah. Because it can we only get to draw something once it's updated the animation. If this doesn't work right, we'll see. We may have to set a default animation rather than this empty frame, but try this out. Okay. Animation object has no attribute animation. Yeah. That would do it. Yeah, so we copy pasted code and we forgot here, self.animation, should be animation sprites. Now we need to go ahead and update the references to self.animation to self.animation sprites in the code. Okay. Self.animation, let's just search for it. Self.animation. Animation, referring animation text, animation index, animation sprites. Self.animation text. Okay. So I think that should do it. Let's try it. Yeah. Okay, so we're seeing no animation. There's no image. Okay. So, okay, let's try just having an animation in there. We'll go to the basics. So instead of trying to draw the main character, we're gonna draw the main character as the animation. Main character equals the animation. Yes, that's what I want. Cool. So we have an animation going on. You see him going and moving. Good. So that's a good thing to know. So now we just gotta update the character correctly. So the character when the animation has updated, we need to set up the image. We go self.image equals self.animation.image. Okay. Then we grab the rectangle. We go self.image. That's fine. .getRect. Okay. I think this is what it is. I think when we update the animation image, we need to do this update here. And I think we're going to have to update the constructor, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. And there it is. Oh, wait, I forgot to. Dummy. Okay, do that. Reset the main character, so it is on the mouse. There we go. And that's that. Well, that is the objective for this episode. We were able to extract out all the animation logic into its own class. So from this point onwards, we should be able to define animation objects by their sprites and the frame delay between each one. So that'll tell you how fast or slow the animation goes. And we should be able to place these all over the place. So actually, let's have a little bit more fun. Let's do double link. Well, double link here. And we'll do the next row. 5. Okay, so we have that saved. And I'm about to do a bad habit. However, it's only temporary. A bad habit is numbering your stuff. Numbers have very little meaning in and of themselves. So animation sprites 2 doesn't mean anything. It's just a way to separate them right now, and I'm going to not do this in the future. So that's my excuse for this and for what I'm doing. Now, maybe animations do need a rectangle.
I can move the rect later, I guess. Or if I want to place them down on a particular position, I need to give them a rectangle. And for now, I will not do that. Let's do rect. Okay, which is almost it. X comma y width comma height equals rect. Then we want this to be here, cut out. And I want the width, the x and the y not to be there, but I want the width and the height here. So now this is a new rect from those pieces. This is the same readjustment logic I've been using all over the place. Maybe this should be a function. I've been doing this a lot. That'll be an interesting thing to do. Make a rectangle from a position and a rect. So, like, move rect. It wouldn't be surprising there already is a function that does this. But I'll deal with that later. Okay, we have that going on. So, and we're going to say this animation is going to have a rect of 0, 0, 64, 64. Then animation 2 is going to have a rect of 100, 100, 64, 64. So it'll be start animation sprites. Okay, so this will be 100 by 100 placed down. So there should be 2 animations on the screen, as long as I put them in here. Animation, animation 2. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. But here, we have that going. What happened with animation 2? All I can think of is we somehow, yeah, okay, that's what happened. We have to update it using the special sauce. The special sauce updation. Let's update this. Okay, fine. This is self.image.getRect. Maybe we should have a position. That one might make this easier. Now we need self.rect. That's what this is. This is self.rect. Yeah. And we get rect and then we update the rectangle like that. And that should be it. some methods and I got chopped off.
Okay, here we go. You can see Mr. Link here has drawing priority over me, but and so does he. Maybe there's an order going on that I'm unaware of. Okay, well, here we go. We have 3 independently running animations. Well, I guess these are 2 of the same ones right here, because they're the same animation object. But it's being copied so I can move it around onto the cursor, and this guy is its own animation. So now I can put little animations around. Maybe we should work on animating this torch. I'll have a little torch animation for next time. That's mainly a graphical thing. Maybe I'll find something. Or if not, I'll have to do something else. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, this is it for the episode. I hope you have a good day and come back for the next episode.